1.27 million people die annually as a result of consuming fast foods that are exposed to antibiotics.
Using antibiotics to replace poor welfare.
This is according to a report released by the World Animal Protection that reveals that majority of fast food companies do not comply with the welfare standards needed to reduce the need for routine antibiotics used especially in chicken.
Your bacteria in your body and the bacteria that has resistant genes then mixes, and the gene is passed between the two bacteria. So what then essentially happens is the human consumer ends up with genes that are resistant, and when they fall sick, whatever that gene was resistant to, if it was tetracyclines or amoxicillin or whatever antibiotic it was, you cannot be treated using that.
The organization notes that the birds are subjected to inhumane treatment by companies who refuse to take their welfare seriously, such as chicken being cramped up together, selective breeding, mode of transport, among others.
Ensuring that the animal has good quality feed and water, ensuring that the animal is vaccinated and doesn't have challenges with disease. Somebody transports chickens, hanging them upside down on a handlebar, a motorbike. What happens is the chicken then has broken limbs or broken wings and ends up with bruises. That animal then is downgraded at the processing plant and the farmer loses money.
Experts have compared these kinds of food to the traditional organic foods that had healthy nutritional value to the human body, but with the changes, consumers are now exposed to lifetime health challenges.
A chicken, for instance, is supposed to patch, and that's why we talked about patching and providing patching space. A chicken should scratch. That's why in the good chicken house you should have enough litter that allows dry enough litter that allows the animal to scratch. And that's why the world is then condemning things like a battery cage system that encloses the animal in very small space, doesn't allow it to be able to scratch, doesn't allow it to flap its wings, which are important for that animal.
According to the report, anyone found culpable of mistreating chicken contrary to the World Animal Protection guidelines could be punishable by law.
If you go to Prevention of Cruelty Act, Cap 360, it talks about preventing an animal, starving an animal or not providing an animal with enough water is a felony, is actually illegal. Let's train our farmers to understand. We could go down the road of taking them to court because they are not meeting the requirements of Section 3 of the Prevention to Cruelty Act, Cap 360.
Now, they are calling on all stakeholders to work together to align the food animal welfare standards to reach international standards.
Our request to our colleagues in Kenya Bureau of Standards and the government and the industry stakeholders that drive this process is that we then work together to align the food animal welfare standard, code of practice, to the international standards.
Robbie Omondi, K24.